everyone, and welcome to the GDL podcast. Today, you are blessed by the presence of me, Ahmed Al Badawi. My pronouns are he, him. And Jade, do you want to introduce yourself? Kind of started doing it
Hello,
anyway.
yes. Hello, yes. So my name is Jade. I am the co-founder of Game Dev London. I use she, her pronouns, and I am really excited to be talking about more games with Ahmed. So thank you.
Yeah, so as you've probably guessed, the theme of today's episode is more of a relaxed, look back on 2020, what games you enjoyed, and what games you're anticipating for 2021. Because I mean, you never know what's going to get delayed, what's going to pop up all of a sudden, just unannounced. Like, oh, here's the announcement trailer. By the way, you can get it tomorrow, sort of thing. But yeah, so
Yes,
Jade,
I'm
what did you
excited.
enjoy? What did you enjoy in 2020?
So during 2020, I don't know where everyone is listening in from, but here in UK we were mostly in lockdown, so definitely no going outside, which is
Mhm.
fair enough. More time to play games. So this is a list of games that I played, which I still remember. So if the game is good
Yeah,
enough for me to remember it, because I play a lot of games, I think that's a really good thing. Um, so what did I play? God of War. I finally managed to play God of War, which was, when was it released?
yeah,
20.
18. I want to say
Yeah, something
18.
like that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. So I was late to the God of War game. I finally played it and like, wow, that was really good. I played it
Oh
multiple
yeah.
times. Yep,
Oh,
replayed
multiple
it.
times.
Yeah, replayed it multiple times because you
Damn.
know it was such a really good experience. Like in terms of gameplay and story, I was just like, oh, I need to find all the treasures and whatever. So that happened.
Yeah.
What else? I played Final Fantasy VII Remake, and
Nice. I've not played
no
that.
spoilers about the ending, but I was just like,
Please
okay,
don't.
but I yeah, let's say I enjoyed it a lot. Like the gameplay I found really fun, and I replayed it multiple times to try and get as many of the trophies. I didn't manage it in the end, but you know,
Yeah.
if I liked it enough so much that to replay it multiple times, then yes. So that happened. Like I was like, yes,
Nice.
straight in the childhood. What other games? Started playing the Yakuza series, and that's
Ooh.
all the goof is there. That was really enjoyable as well.
Yeah.
I'm going through the whole
Like,
list. So Yakuza 0, Kiwami 1 and 2. I
yeah.
think I'm up to 4. I'm getting there.
How many games are there? Is it up to six?
uh,
It's up to six. You literally just said it's up to six, I think. Did you say it just
yeah.
says up to six? Okay. But yeah,
Yes,
are
yeah.
are you basically trying to get through the entire series before um seven or before the end of 2021?
Um, Definitely before I start to play the latest one, which is Like a Dragon, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am very attached to the characters, and it's a very interesting look at masculinity as well. I guess like
Okay.
Japanese, like Asian Japanese masculinity, and like what does it mean to be a yakuza and a man, and like so
Yeah.
it's a really interesting take, and I'm quite enjoying how it flips the script and narrative at times, because
Mm, mm.
you're part of the mafia, yet you're spending most of my time is spent playing like card games with the kids or whatever. So, or singing karaoke. Like yeah, sure. So
Living the
that's
Yakuza
yeah.
dream.
Yeah, exactly. And then later down the year, I got a Switch for my birthday, so then I got addicted to Hades, Animal Crossing,
Nice.
and I completed the first Ori game because I thought, you know what, it's time.
Ori in the
It's
Blind Forest.
yes, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first Story game. I was like,
Nice.
wow, that made me cry because it's so tender and heartwarming, and
Yeah.
and you're just like, oh, like, oh. Even though I am crap at Metroidvania games, I died, I swore so many times, but at the end of the payoff, it was just like, oh, the ending.
Is
So,
very intense
yep,
game.
it is. So yeah, that's what I played that I remember. mostly. What did you play?
Yeah, trying to recall everything that happened in that last decade. Because it felt like 10 years. God damn.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, so I actually put, so God of War I played before, in 2018, I think it was, where, yeah, it's an amazing game. I love it to bits. Um, I almost platinumed it. I'm like 2 trophies away from
Oh
platinuming it.
gosh, nice.
Um, so we'll see if I can like go back, and I'm not terrible enough to like not do it, sort of thing. But yeah, we'll
Yeah,
see. But yeah, honestly, a lot of what you said kind of echoes with a lot of the things that kind of resonated with me with last year, especially like, I mean, like, you got Animal Crossing, like, when that came
yeah,
out, literally just as lockdown was kind of like just before lockdown was about to kick off and everything, so it was
yeah,
perfect timing. Um,
yeah.
to especially like at the time, I was looking for work as well, so I was just like, like, I need something
Oh
to make me feel
wow.
better. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, it was really good. And Hades, of course. Like, so none of what I'm saying is in order. Like,
Yeah.
I time
Likewise.
time did weird things. So
Yes.
yeah. Um Hades absolutely fell in love with. So
Yep, yep.
the funny thing with Hades is that at the beginning, I was just like, oh man, like, it feels kind of short, sort of thing, and I didn't really get it at the beginning because I was just like, the loop's quite small and everything. But then I like the narrative, like, I got more and more invested in the narrative every run I played, and I was
Yep.
like, okay, these characters are actually really cool. Like, why? And like, when like more kind of like narrative, like, crumbs kind of got like sprinkled in my past, I was like, oh, more, give me more, give me more. And
Yep,
so
yep.
I only got more and more invested as I played. And then
Yep.
I managed,
Absolutely.
and I didn't know there is a true ending of sorts as well. So make sure like you get more than one ending. I'm not saying how many endings, but there is a
Oh.
proper ending.
Yep.
So yeah.
Absolutely.
Um, what else have I played? Okay, so this is going to be a long, long list. um,
Go for
so
it.
off the top, Ooblets. I played that when it came out. I've been keeping an eye out on it from a few years ago, and I was like, because I saw little creatures like breakdancing, and you could grow them, and I was like, this sounds amazing, and they look really cute. So I was just like, my heart. Uh, so yeah, like, I was sold before like it came out, and then it popped on my radar this year. Then I was like, yeah, it's out, and I'm just like, sick, I'm getting it. So I got it, love it. It's still like in early access, so there's a lot more content dropping. But like,
Nice.
I was able to have fun. I was able to have a lot of fun with like what's already there. So yeah, like, I'm really looking forward to the next like updates and worlds and everything, and Ooblets, of course. Um, Ring Factory 4. It's an old one.
Oh, wow.
Like, it came out a while
Yeah.
ago, but it got added to Switch, I think this year or late last year, or maybe it was like early last year. Early last year, by last year I mean 2019, because I still think it's 2020. Um, um, but yeah, so because I've always been into um your Harvest Moons and your like I remember when Rune Factory first came out, following on from that Harvest Moon back on the old GB and DS, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Like, you're like dungeoneering as well as like farming and stuff, and it was like, I like the combination, and so got back
Yeah.
into it after years of not really touching it, and it's really fun. It's really fun. It's
Nice.
the graphics feel a bit dated, but it's still fun to play, and so I spend an unreasonable amount of time on it.
Nice.
um, Another one,
As you do.
exactly as you do. Um, 51 worldwide games. It's an
Oh,
incredibly polished game, and like it's
ah,
funny. It's a video game about OG old school, like not even board games, like yeah, but I guess board games, like the classic cool
oh,
games.
literal board games.
Yeah, and
Wow.
it's kind of funny, like it's all come full circle. Um,
Yeah.
but it's honest, it's such a fun game. It's so incredibly polished, and like I mean, it's 51 like games. Even though yeah, they're like the older types, it's still fun.
Yeah.
Um, and it's a lot of games that you can't really play anymore, like chess or like a lot of card games and all sorts. And it's just like I don't know, a little bit of nostalgia because
So
I'm
you went on a
old.
nostalgic trip there.
Yeah, pretty much. But
Oh,
yeah, I also learned how to play backgammon. Didn't expect to do that, but yeah, it's always something that I was
okay.
just like, there's a lot of triangles and like counters, and yeah, I learned how to play that. So
Yeah. But what
pretty
does
legit.
it mean?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's pretty cool. Like so, yeah, definitely rate it, even though no one really talked about it.
You had to
Uh,
teach me at some point then.
definitely, mate. But yeah, so I guess the another one would be No Man's Sky, which
Oh, yeah.
yeah, because it's a very relaxing game. Like it's just I mean, I say it's very relaxing. It is very much a chill game. Like once you get into the
Mm,
flow of it, because you go look for like it's resource collection and management, and it's
yeah.
slow paced. What got me
Yep.
into it was basically like a few friends of mine um, had basically we were looking for a game that we could all play and was relatively low intensity, and like No Man's Sky kind of
Mm,
got brought up, and it was just like
yeah.
yeah, sure, and like yeah, like the game has come a long way from back during the days of the controversies, and like I'd say it more than like is well worth the money and more than makes up for like
Nice.
the like what happened in the past, especially because all of the content and updates were free. Like you don't have to pay for DLC. It's all there, and it's a fantastic game. It'd be a shame if anyone to miss it if you're interested in that kind of like chill resource management, resource collection type of thing, especially in
Yeah.
space, because the space like maneuvering and like it's I mean it's not Eve Online or Elite Dangerous, but it's fun and it's like you feel like you're not wasting your time just flying through space basically. So I think it
Yeah.
hits that
Yeah. Exactly.
sweet spot, yeah.
Nice.
Um,
Nice.
and uh, The Last of Us 2, which
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it the most intense game I have played in a long time. And I tend to veer away
Yes.
from like horror games. I don't know about you. I know you quite like horror, Jade. So it's just like
I
give me
do.
more.
I am the horror queen.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
but the story is just so powerful. It kind of pushed me on to actually finish it, and I loved every bit of it. Even though
Yeah.
it's a flawed game in a way, in like, but like it like in bits and pieces, but holistically as a whole, it was such a satisfying experience. I mean, probably won't play it again because it was so intense, and I'm just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Need a bit of a break, I guess.
yeah, I might play it in like a year or two's time or something. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like I know you've played it with Jade. What did you think of that?
Yeah. So the reason why I didn't quite include it in my list earlier on is because I literally just finished playing it like 2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
So in like 2021. But yeah, no, it was. Oh, it's a really good game. Like the experience that you experience within the game is very raw and powerful. And kudos to the whole Naughty Dog team for putting it all together and just giving that experience. And yeah, no, you're right, we actually had like a really long chat about The Last of Us 2, like what, last night?
Yeah, they
Remember
don't
now,
need to know that.
time, I don't know. Well, anyway, we
Yeah,
had
yeah,
like a
yeah,
long
yeah.
chat
I mean,
because
yeah.
yeah, we had a long chat because there was some elements of the gameplay which I felt didn't quite mirror what was happening in the dialogue. But again, I don't know if it's intentional. And with the story aspects, like I was really frustrated at times and like really like, oh my god, like whoa.
Yeah.
But again, like all my frustrated reactions to the story, again, I don't know if that was intentional. If it was intentional, good job for making me feel really angry and frustrated. If not,
Yeah.
then interesting. Interesting design choices, interesting way of executing the narrative.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, but definitely it's one of those, it's a game you definitely need to experience at least once, in terms of like, is our games art? And it's like, yeah, that definitely falls in the art category, because I mean, despite how violent it is and all that, it does convey a lot of human, very, very human and raw human aspects, which I think um you can kind of get it from films, but it's
Yeah.
so much different when the controllers in your hands and you are literally going through the motions and unfortunately killing people and other things. And it really sticks in your mind after you switch off the console. And that's what I really like about games in general. It's like, oh, it really makes you think, that because you go through that experience. And yeah, no,
Yeah.
I can continue talking about this.